Many Dallas officers and firefighters are poised to get a pay raise as the city starts its budget deliberations, but some argue that money that would be set aside won't be enough. Fox 4's Deanna Zoga at City Hall, where the city manager outlined his budget proposal, and Dallas firefighters and officers made themselves heard.
Yeah, Clarice, this briefing drew a bit of a crowd here today. The city manager said he does expect the city of Dallas will take in an additional $60 million in revenue from sales and property taxes. Of that, he called for an additional $37 million in police and fire spending. But representatives from each of those departments today told us they do expect more.
I'm not sure what brings all this newfound attention.
During the city manager's budget briefing with reporters, police and fire reps made their presence known as AC Gonzalez outlined the budget proposal he'll send to the city council, which includes $37 million for police and fire department hiring, along with pay raises. Issues underscored after the July 7th ambush in downtown Dallas.
The police chief was very adamant in his observations after that event that the staffing levels needed to be addressed.
Gonzalez proposes hiring an additional 200 police officers and boosting pay for those in the patrol division. There's also an extra incentive for the officers and firefighters scheduled for a pay increase this fiscal year. The typical 5% raise would be doubled, but that still leaves out roughly a third of rescuers, including those in the top ranks.
You have to pay the older officer as well. They've committed to the city just like the young officer has. But if we don't do it, then we're going to lose officers.
What do you think the new guys are thinking? The new guys and gals are saying, oh, this is how we take care of the people who run toward gunfire?
At a city council briefing earlier this week, police associations called for a 5% raise every year for the next 3 years, aiming to close a salary gap between DPD and some suburban departments.
We have to make that up. We're not asking to make it all up in 1 year. We've tried to work with the city, and let's do it over 3, 4, 5 years.
It's not because we don't cherish them or don't like them or anything like that. It's just an issue of fiscal priorities that we made with regards to that issue.
The city manager is also proposing moving around some grant money. He wants to reallocate about $4.4 million specifically towards new equipment, new protective gear for police and firefighters. Again, Clarice, one of those issues brought up after that July 7th ambush. Back to you.
City manager, police and fire clearly disagree. Where does it go from there?
Well, you know, starting next week, we're going to see some public town hall meetings where people in Dallas will be asked to weigh in on all this. The city council will have their deliberations between now and September 21st, when the budget would be adopted, which does go into effect for the next fiscal year. That starts October 1st. So, Clarice, a lot could change. A lot of debate, deliberation could happen between now and then. Back to you.
All right, stay tuned.